A lot happened in the technology world during 2010, and in this video I'm going to review some of the big tech stories from the past year. This is Technology 2010, a year in review. Let's kick things off by talking about one of the biggest releases this year, the iPhone 4 from Apple. The world's thinnest smartphone did not come without issues. The signal issue, dubbed AntennaGate, forced Apple to launch the free case program in July. And bundled with the refreshed iOS 4, Apple's flagship mobile OS brought many new features to the iPhone and took it a step above other competitors. Talking of competitors, later in the year Google released their Nexus S smartphone, arguably the biggest rival to Apple's iPhone 4 in 2010, and with the new Android mobile OS Gingerbread installed, along with a 1GHz processor, it more than matches the iPhone for features. But it's for you to decide which one's for you. Moving on to gaming, motion sensing gaming really exploded in 2010. The revolutionary Microsoft Kinect, where you are the controller, burst onto the scene and has become a very popular add-on for the Xbox 360 console. Only a month after release, PS3 gamers didn't miss out either though. PlayStation Move was released, but it was nowhere near as hyped as the Kinect. Both flagship consoles received refreshes in 2010. Xbox 360 Slim was released with a new 250GB hard drive and built-in Wi-Fi, and the PS3 was released in two new configurations, 160GB and 320GB. But by far the most popular game of 2010 was released in November, Call of Duty Black Ops, which seized the audience left from Modern Warfare 2 to become the fastest-selling game of 2010, and with the new modes and the return of Nazi zombies, has sold millions of copies. And we could not talk about technology in 2010 without mentioning the iPad running iOS. The iPad revolutionised tablet computing with amazing apps and web browsing experience. It left many companies trailing behind. Rival companies have released tablets including Samsung, Dell and HP, but the iPad is still a step above the rest, and with the 2G coming out soon it could only get more popular. Social media gained a big chunk of success in 2010, specifically Facebook and Twitter. They both underwent site redesigns during 2010 as online socialing became even bigger. iTunes Ping and Google Buzz were released by Apple and Google respectively in an attempt to gain some of the success Facebook and Twitter had during 2010. Apple were the real winners in 2010 though. In July they outdated their successful Mac lines, including the iMac, Mac Pros and Mac Minis, helping to sustain the great success Macs had in 2009. In September, Apple refreshed their almost entire iPod line, with the exception of the Classic, including a fundamental redesign of the iPod Nano, discarding the famous click wheel and replacing it with a tiny multi-touch display. The iPod Touch established itself as the most popular media player when the 4G was released, including features like FaceTime, Retina display and HD video recording, which put it close to the iPhone 4 in terms of specs. After Apple's success of FaceTime on their iOS devices, in late December Skype released an update to their app for iOS devices, which allowed video calling from the devices over Wi-Fi or 3G, the first real rival to the FaceTime video calling service. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed my roundup of technology in 2010. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and a happy new year to you all.